Okay, y'all, what is good, everyone? And it is your boy JJ That Dude, and I am back on a very funny random list, which is called the Shining Force 2 tier list. Which, if you don't know, I've did in Shining Force 1, I would say look up in the description, but I don't have PCs. Like I said, it's rare that it even works like that anyway, which hopefully in the future, whenever I get a PC, or when I use my mom's PC more often, I'll be able to do that. But pretty much, this tier list is just for every Shining Force 2 character out there. For example, Bowie, or the main character, Sarah, Chester, all that other stuff. And I won't bore y'all, I won't, but here, I'll say like and subscribe. Now let's just get right into the video, obviously. But, obviously, there's gonna be a S tier, an A tier, a B tier, a C tier, a D tier, and then there's an F tier. F tier being the worst, and S tier being the greatest. And of course, some of y'all, if y'all played it, y'all know who's S tier and who's close to S tier, without any debates. And I'll go based off of each and every said thing. You know what it is. But mostly, I'm just going off of their best, the beginning, the middle, to end of how good they each are in their own ways. So we'll see how that goes. But first, let's go off and pick the number one character, which is Bowie, the legendary warrior, the legendary main character who is goated. Even in the beginning, he's pretty good, and even near the end, he is pretty good. He's the leader. He's pretty good. He has Egoist. He has lightning attacks, which his lightning attacks are really good, just like how Slade's are. So pretty much, he's a really good main character to have. And of course, he's the main character, so he's always going to get S tier. So I don't think we need to discuss that at all. If I need to, look, I'll do another video on Bowie on how good he is. But pretty much Bowie's good. S tier. And if you're that complaining about it, then A plus. How about that? But pretty much Bowie is an S tier. Now Sarah. Here's what I think about Sarah. If you make her a master monk, she's at least A tier. I don't think she's S tier. That's my thing about it, is that she's not S tier compared to her other counterpart, which we'll get to her in a second. But pretty much, even if I make her a Visar, she's still not that great. You might as well make her a Master Monk, and at least that's how you can use her. But if you're not using her as a Master Monk, you shouldn't be using her at all to begin with. But with me using or thinking about Sarah, I think Sarah is a good, I want to say B plus or A minus. Actually, I'll give her A minus. I think she's a good A minus. I think that's fair, right? Yeah, A minus should be fair, at least for her. So Bowie at S and Sarah at A minus. Okay, the next one, which is Chester. And yeah, I did take a break right there for a second. I had to give me some water. But anyway, next one. Like I said, Chester. Of course, he's a centaur. He can't use magic like Arthur can. But I mean, Arthur kind of sucks regardless, so it don't really matter. But I mean, he can be a Pegasus Knight, which is pretty good. But I've never gotten the chance to use it, so I couldn't say as much about it, but I do think it makes him a little bit better. So he would be A minus on that account. But if you do not have that, congratulations. He's just like Mai. And that's about it. But pretty much, I think he's a B plus. So if I'm including Pegasus Knight, I'll give him A minus. That's the best I can give him. Other than that, pretty much he's gonna just have to be a B plus, and that's the best I can really give him. Jaha is next, and Jaha, I have gotten the Baron form from, which is pretty good. So honestly, I'd have to give him A tier. I don't think he's A plus, but I do think he's A tier. He is a pretty decent character to have on my team because he has good defense along with Chester, and he is pretty good in the beginning game. He's really good. He's really strong. The only thing about him that sucks is his movement speed or movement spam thing. And if y'all know what I'm talking about, I mean the character is daggone slow. Like Claude, for example, slow as dirt. Zenix or Zinc, slow as dirt. They're both slow as dirt. But he's still strong. He still can do good, so on and so forth. And he can use axes and all that stuff and swords when he's in Baron form, which makes him good, and he gets a +1 in his thing. Da 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 da. But pretty much, he's pretty good once he's at Baron form, so that makes him an A tier at least. And if you want to give him A plus, you can give him that. But I'm giving him an A at the moment. Kazan. Now, Kazan, even though his defense does suck, I mean, about most people that are Visars or mages defense are absolute trash. But Kazan has good magic abilities because he's a mage. And usually, you know how I feel about mages. I always give mages the shadow of a doubt because they're pretty good with everything else. And of course, there can be sorcerers and stuff like that, which do not get me wrong. I have nothing wrong with sorcerers and all that stuff. But, like I said, some sorcerers' defenses are so garbage that's ridiculous. Like Taya, for example, which I'll get to her in a sec. But Kazan, as a wizard, is very great. But him as a sorcerer is technically better than his wizard powers, I guess. So honestly, I think of him as an A plus because he's really good as a wizard. In sorcerer, he might be really good at, so he might just get an S on that, honestly. But I'm giving him A plus only because of the fact of his defense being really low, and you can get potentially one tapped if you do not take care of him as good. So just keep that in mind. But he can be debatably an S tier. He can be, but I'm putting him at A plus only because of defense. That's the only reason why. Now Slade S plus. I mean, what can I say about him? He does it all. He goes out there, and once he's a ninja, bro, man is a goat. He has good magic attacks. Not only does he have good magic attack, he has good attack, good defense to some degree. His defense is kind of good, kinda ish. Not the best. Now, I'll be honest, it's not the best. Trust me, I know it's not the best. But every time when I've used him, he's pretty good. He tanks hits here and there. And I know someone's going to be like, oh, but he can only take about 2 hits, though. He's about to get hit every time. I mean, about most of the characters in the game get hit 2 tapped. About. Now, in the beginning, yeah, Slade is hot garbage. And you're going to have to level him up. You're going to have to take some time to level him up. And then he'll be good. That's my only issue with that. But other than that, he's pretty good. So I'd have to give him S tier, though. Kiwi is the worst. And I mean, I think one of the worst characters in the game. I think he needs to be at F tier. Now, here's my thing. In the beginning, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good because he has good defense. But when you make him and promote him as a monster, it's not worth it. I'm being honest. He's not worth it. And someone's going to be like, oh, how come it's not worth it? Anyone with magic attacks obliterates him. So, and let me tell you something about magic attacks for someone who don't understand. Magic attacks always go through defense no matter what it is. So, for example, if they just use Blaze 1 or something, you're still going to take the exact same damage you naturally would. Unless, like, for some example, like, let's say you're a fire character or something, and you're just doing Blaze. Yeah, it might make a little less damage, but that's about it. But it's not like none of your characters are just immune to some attacks or something. Unless I think you have, like, the Protect shield like I had with Peter, but I did not know what I think it did for a while, so honestly, it don't really matter. But pretty much Kiwi's hot garbage, and most of the stuff, like for example, his breathing fire attack is so random it don't even hit. If you looked at my videos for him, he sucked. He only did it one time, and it barely worked out that great. Now, if you want to go and try him, you can. You're free to do that. It is up to you on your own opinion if you want to do that. However, he is not worth it, and I promise you, he is not worth it. If y'all want to have a good time and do it on ultra difficulty and try to do it with him, yeah, I promise you, you're not going to have a great time doing that because it's going to be really hard to do that. If you want to do a challenge to make it with the worst character in the game, go for it. I have nothing wrong with that, and I hope you succeed. But Kiwi is hot garbage. Do not try him. He is not that great. I would get rid of him. And of course, people are going to say, oh, he's a great character. But I'm sorry. For some reason, Magic just obliterates him. So I would not recommend not getting him. Especially if you're going up against a whole bunch of Magic people. Now, if you just don't want to, if you're not going against any Magic people, you're just going after with people with, stronger defense. I think literally when I was at the Soul Sour part is when he started to be less useful. Or I think even with the Squid one where he was less useful. But yeah, Kiwi's really the worst character in my opinion in the game. Respectfully, but I'm sure later he'll get better. If they really wanted to make him better. Anyway, next one's Peter. He is S tier. He is the strongest in the game. He is the strongest character in the game. Now, of course, in the beginning, I didn't like him only because they let him, the AI, do it, and the AI does not know how to play with Peter at all, which sucks. But yeah, Peter is really great. Has strong attack, has over 100 HP. I think that he's the only one who has that other than the main character, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm really glad that Peter has that. He's really great. So S tier without a shadow of a doubt. May, here's the thing with May. May is not as strong as the other archers, but she is a good archer. I think she's the top two archers, if not top three, maybe. I want to say top two though, because it's May and then it's Rhodes, in my opinion. I don't think Lyric's that great, and I do not think Janet's great. In my opinion, I think May and Rhodes is up there, and May is second best. Rhodes is number one, obviously. But pretty much, she's pretty decent. I think for how good she is, I think she's a good A tier at least, or an A minus. Even though her defense isn't the best thing to go for, but I do think she's around the A tier at least. Gerholt, if you like Xylo, you're gonna like him. Obviously, I mean he's a pretty strong character. He's pretty good. And of course, if you put Running Pimento on him or any other character that might kind of need it, it kind of helps them out because they cook up a little bit. So, pretty much, he's a pretty decent character in my opinion. I think he's an A tier. I don't think he's A plus or nothing, but he is a great character. I will give him A tier at least, without a shadow of a doubt. He's really great. Okay, now Luke. Here's my thing about Luke, y'all. He is a good flying character, but not the best, and he's not great at all in general. I mean, he's going to get beasted by most characters. Now, if you just like a flying character, just to have a flying character, you're perfectly good for that. But he's not going to be like Domingo, so don't expect him to be like Domingo. Do not expect him to be cooking at all. Honestly, I'd give him a C plus maybe, or even a C. He just gets one tap sometimes, and he just sucks. Most Birdmen are just trash at the game. I'm just going to keep it a buck. But yeah, I'll give him a C though. Rick is not worth keeping around at all because technically Chester's just better than him all around. So Rick might as well just sit in the ground and stay on the ground where he belongs. He's not that good. So yeah, I think we can just give him honestly a C minus. Just keep it going. Next one, Alaric. Honestly, he's an okay character, and I didn't know about this, but he has a special promotion with like the silver tank thing. I did not know about that honestly. But I mean, like if you like archers, go for it. If you're trying to archer challenge, go for it. But yeah, he's not all that worth it. But he's okay, I guess. I mean, he's kind of like a Rick. You're not really worth keeping him, but hey, you want to get him, go for it. So pretty much, I mean, Alaric is okay. So we'll just give him a C plus and just get it out of the way. Rhodes is one of the best, and I think one of the best long range distance character in the game, or long archer in the game. He is, I want to say, A plus. I would say S tier. His defense is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, his defense is pretty good. So honestly, you know what? I'll give him S tier because he is I think the best long range attack character in the game. So I will give him S tier on that. Or should I give him A plus? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Should I give him A plus or S tier? But for right now, I'll give him S just for the benefit of the doubt. Now this one is no debate. Karna. She is one of the best, and I mean one of the best characters in the game. Pick Karna. You see them four people? You see Tyron? You see Randolph? You see Eric? You see Karna? Get Karna. You say you want to archer? No. You don't want this. You do not want Randolph. You do not want Eric. And even then, you still get them a little later once you get the Sky Orb. So you should be fine, I think. You should be fine. You can get them all later. Because there's two of them that are good. Karna is very amazing, and Tyron is decent. It's decent. But even then, Kazan is your best bet. If you want a sorcerer, you can literally get him. Wizard, you literally got Kazan. It don't really matter. So honestly, but let's go back to Karna. Karna is really, really amazing. She has the best things. She has the best things in her arsenal, which she has Aura. She has the boost spell thing, which helps you boost up defense and agility, saves you time, helps everyone out who have terrible defense, and whoever gets just dogged in Dookie Dawn. And if you boost the spell on more than multiple people, she gets 49 experience points, which is actually amazing. And you can actually grind that, and you can just get her leveled up to the max about just by doing that. So as long as you keep getting boost up, you'll be fine. So honestly, S tier, she's always going to be S tier. And I think she'll always be one of the top 3 best characters in the game. And you're definitely going to want her on your team. 100%. You're definitely going to want her. Now, the next one, which is Tyron. Tyron, the guy I told you about, well-rounded magic attack. He's pretty decent. because he is kind of decent. I will give him that. Now, however though, he's not better than Karna, but I do think he's pretty good. So I would give him personally a B plus maybe. He's good, but he's not the best in the world. Now Randolph, you can already just kick him out to the curb. Literally, I'm being honest. He's just a D tier. Like no one cares about him. D plus, I'll give him D plus just out of respect, but he's not really worth it. Trust me, he's not that guy. Eric is the exact same thing. He is not worth it. You already have well-rounded other meta characters. So honestly, either get Karna or get Tyron. If you're going for if you don't want to pick Karna, you just had enough Karna, pick Tyron. If you had enough Tyron, just pick Karna. Do not pick Randolph or Eric. It does not work out. I promise you. You're not gonna use them. I promise you, you're not gonna use them. You'll use Karna and Tyron more than you would ever use them two combined. I promise you. I'd put my money on it. Now, if you want to go out there and do it just to troll and have fun, hey, go for it. But like I said, Randolph, Eric are not it. And Randolph, Eric both can get a straight up D, just a D tier. Like they are not that great. Do not try it. And then, like I said, Tyron's B plus, and of course, Karna is S tier no matter what. Now, Janet, where did I put I put him at C plus. Put her exactly where he's at, C plus. She's the exact same thing as him, just a little tiny bit, supposedly better than him. That's about it. Anyway, next one, which is Higgins. Higgins is a decent character. He's pretty good. I want to say he's kind of up there with Chester, but a little bit better. So honestly, I'll give him an A minus because I put Chester at B plus. So we'll put Higgins at A minus because he's a little bit slightly better than him. Screech, the only thing about it is his defense is hot trash, which is kind of expected from any kind of Birdman, honestly. I expect every Birdman to just be hot trash, honestly, with defense. But his his attack is good and stuff like that. Not tank, because he can't tank a lot of stuff. But his attack is pretty decently good. So yeah, I would give him personally an A minus as well. He's not great, but he got room for improvement, but he's okay. Taya, here's my thing about Taya. If you want to ask who's the funnest character, I think she's a fun character because she is a sorcerer and she's very fun to play with. And I want everyone to understand that she is a fun character to play with. And if you want to have some fun with some characters, she's a good recommendation I would give everyone. My only unfortunate thing about it though is that Taya, just her defense is so terrible. She will get beat in one hit so quick, and it sucks. And it sucks to see this because she was, in my opinion, one of the funnest characters to play. And I've even mentioned it on stream that she was so fun that I would like to see her do more stuff. But the fact that she will mainly get one tap before you do anything. And I know someone's in the comments it's going to be like, oh, but Karna can help out that. Yeah, but by that time, what's the point? Like, if I need to look at not Karna, but if I need to see Tyra do some cooking, I could just look it up on the internet, I'm pretty sure, and do it better than her at least, and better than me at least. But it sucks though, bro. But yeah, now, so if I go off of that, the thing about it now is, do I think of fun as a thing that leads them all the way up, or do I just not do that? I don't, and that's the thing about it is that I don't know if I should do that. So if I'm going off doing that, let's do that then. Let's say if I make it fun. I would say that she's a good fun character. That's like a good A minus. Then her defense is trash, so that would lead her to a B plus. Because yeah, she's so hard to use that it's gonna be terrible. So honestly, give her a B minus. Let's go from there. But like I said, she's a very fun character, and I would love to use her more often in the future if I ever do, or maybe like if I have a future girlfriend or someone out there that wants to do it on my channel. Hey, we'll go there, see how that goes. But for right now, yeah, B minus. Fraja, I want to say Fraja is pretty good. If you did not recruit Karna in the Green Mansion, he's your best bet of who you're going to have to get. And of course, he's pretty interesting. So, I think Fraja can also be a Master Monk as well, for some weird reason. But he's pretty good because he does have aura. I do give him that though, because aura is pretty good in the game. If you don't know what aura is like it's pretty much like your Meteorama from Persona 4, 3, 5, whatever you want to call it. Or even Shin Megami Tensei, whichever one you want to go. Dia, Meteoron. Diaron, whatever you want to call it. Well, technically, Diaron's more like your heal 3 or whatever, or your 4. But you know what I mean. But Fradget's pretty decent though. But I would give him honestly a B plus, only because of aura. His aura thing makes it pretty good. Next one, which is Jaro. Jaro is pretty good if you do not have Chester at Pegasus Knight form. But I do think he is a good, decent A minus if you don't have a Chester that has Pegasus Knight. Now, honestly, he's just going to have to be A minus because he's just kind of good, but he's not that great. Now, here is my thing about Guyan. Guyan is a strong guy, but pretty much like I said, for any character that's slow mobility, he has that. So, like I said, with Jaro, Jaro's just and he'd be A minus on that account. Now, Guyan, he's going to be the exact same thing. He's A minus. The only reason why he's not up high, like S or A plus or nothing, is because he has slow mobility, and I do somewhat count that in the thing. And unless he has everything else that's pretty great, I usually don't put it up there that high. But yeah, A minus will do. Sheila, as much as she looks good, she's pretty good as well. She has boost as well. She has another heal thing. I think she has blast as well. And what's the other thing she has? I do not remember, but I don't really use the other one anyway. Unless it's Muddle. I think it's Muddle. Yeah, I think it's Muddle. But honestly, I do not consider him as bad as much or big as much. So I don't think it really matters. But Sheila is pretty good. I will give her A tier though, because she's pretty good. And boost is always a great skill to have, no matter what character. And she does do somewhat okay damage, not the best, but somewhat okay damage. So I will give her that though. Next one, which is Zinc. Zinc, I want to say, has a very bad movement speed. Again, like what's with these characters with the movement speed? But if you give him Run with Pentos, like everyone says, and give him the 6, he's pretty decent and pretty good. So, honestly, if you can do that, you'll be alright, you'll be good. So please keep that in mind, and like I said, Zinc is pretty good. So, I recommend, if you're going to do it, go ahead and do it for him. But okay, so let me go out like this. Now, if you get the movement speed to 6, he's a good A tier. If not, he's just going to be a B tier or B minus for you every time. But honestly, keep running Pimento for him. I promise you, you will not regret it because he's going to be cooking. Next one. Anyway, he's A plus. I mean, not A plus, but A, just A in general. And go from there. Moving on. And another thing, which is Claude. Which is the exact same problem as, guess who? Zinc. He's the exact same thing Zinc has, but literally Claude is better. So honestly, here's my thing about it. Claude is just stronger than Zinc, and he's better than Zinc in some multiple ways. The only thing about it that I think sucks about Claude is that his HP is a little bit low. I think Zinc's HP is higher than Claude, if I'm not sure. I think Claude has more defense. But pretty much, he's now, like I said, if you're going to hit with Freeze 4, you're going to be dead anyway. So keep that in mind. But Claude, I think, is around an A minus. In my opinion. I don't think he's better than Zinc. I've used Zinc, and I think Zinc is a little bit better than Claude in my opinion, but hey, that's just my opinion, I guess. Next one, which is Chaz. I unfortunately have not gotten the chance to check on Chaz because I did not know how to get to Chaz anyway. I didn't even know Chaz was still in the game. That's just me. I didn't know how to play the piano just to get him out. Which sucks. But he does have Blaze, Bolt, and Freeze, which are pretty good things in the game because I always said, how do I get Freeze and stuff? Because I don't know who else has Freeze. Chaz has Freeze and Bolt. And it's all pretty good. And he's a strong wizard. He's really good. I'd have to give him A tier. Now, Lemon. The last guy out there on the list is Lemon. He is one of, not the goats, because there's only a few of the goats there. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's kind of like Jaha, but way better. And then he has the Soul. And of course, he has the Dark Soul, which you don't have to equip the Dark Soul. You don't have to equip it because you could just use some other weapon and just use the item to just use the Soul, which is pretty interesting. But Lemon is a very strong character. I do think he is, I want to say, a good A plus on a good day. If not on a good day, I would probably give him an A tier. That's just the best thing for me to say. Now that's it for this video. Now, however, let me explain which ones are literally goated and just keep it going. So Bowie is goated. Obviously, you're gonna have to keep him though. Jaha is good. Kazan is good. Chester, if you get Pegasus Knight thing, yes, get him. Slade, Peter, Rhodes, Karna. If not Karna, then Fraja. Then Tyrant if you're really trying to get something going. Then Sheila, Zinc, Chaz, and Lemon if I need to. If that's enough. I don't know if that's even technically enough. But yeah, I already mentioned the ones that are really good though. But yeah, that's it for this video. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I don't know what I'm going to do with the other part of the video. I mean, what should I do? Should I have like a whole thing where it's like I pick who's the best between which one? With Shining Force 1 and Shining Force 2 and just go from there? Probably. We probably could, but that'll be another video for another day. If anyone wants to see that, let me know in the comments. You know, let me know. Like the video or something, you know? Give me like 10 likes. I'll go out there and I'll do it. Why not? But yeah, y'all. I'll see y'all later, though. Peace and love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sorry to cut it out for a second. Literally, someone just came out of nowhere and just hit the button. Like, no. But yeah, we'll see y'all later. And oh yeah, by the way, y'all, just so people know, I do want to let everyone know, whoever actually looks at my videos, that if y'all seen the poll, by the way, if you've seen the poll, Plague Tale Requiem and Final Fantasy game has been both of them were chosen. So I'm gonna let y'all know this, especially if you look at my videos, you will see both these games being played. Because on Discord, well, on my Discord, no one has voted Bully, The Man of Medan, Alan Wake Remastered, or Bloodborne. So, I will gladly, and I mean I will gladly go out there and those games, whichever one gets voted sooner or later, is what I'll play on the YouTube. But pretty much, the games that are up here that I'm going to play is Final Fantasy XV, I think. And then there is Plague Tale Requiem, which I'll do. So we'll be doing both those games on the YouTube on live stream. Now, like I said, if y'all want it on a video, let me know more on comments. It's up to y'all on what I should do. But to be fair, I think I'm more likely better on live stream with it than, YouTube. That's just me. The only reason why I think that's because, like I said, I don't have a PC, so it's so hard for me to edit the videos as great, which sucks. I hope some of y'all understand that, especially if you're on console. I think y'all want to understand that, especially if y'all have a PC. But honestly, yeah, it is what it is. And maybe I could... I don't know why y'all for a second, but I guess I am tired because it's like daggone 2 o'clock technically. It's like 1:57 for me. But yeah, anyway, we're going to stop it here. Hope you have a good time. Hope you have a good day. And like I said, if y'all want more video plans or y'all have any ideas that I could do, let me know in the comments. Or let me know on my Discord. My Discord is on my, my thing. Because it should have my Discord, my Instagram, and Twitch up there. And I do have TikTok as well. My TikTok, as usual, should be, I'm stupid. TikTok should be, as usual, the, JJ That Dude. With, with the exact same symbol or exact same logo as my other JJ That Dude thing. So that's mainly what I'm going for and off of. But anyway, y'all, I'm hopeful, I hope that y'all have a good day. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say that, apparently. But yeah, we'll be good and all that stuff. And I'm going to get right out of here and get out of y'all ears because I'm pretty sure y'all going to be like, bro, stop prolonging the inevitable. Just go ahead and just do it. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to stop here and I'll see y'all later. Peace and love y'all. Yee.